Welcome to Math Mojo. Today we're going to be talking about fractions, more specifically improper fractions and mixed numbers. So let's start off with the definition of an improper fraction, which is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So looking at our first example, we have 87 over 11. 87 is our numerator and 11 is the denominator. And as you can see, 87 is bigger than 11, which is our denominator. Moving on to the next example, we have 3 over 2. Our 3 is our numerator and 2 is the denominator. And as you can see, 3 is bigger than 2. And same thing for our last example. We have 918 as our numerator and 7 as our denominator. And once again, our numerator is bigger. Okay, now moving on to the definition of a mixed number. So it is always part whole number and part fraction. So looking at our first example right here, we have 2, which is our whole number, and then we have 7 over 11, which is our fraction. And now moving on, we have 31, which is our whole number, and then 1 over 2, which is our fraction. And then same thing for our last example, 208 is the whole number, and then 24 over 25 is the fraction. Now we're going to learn how to turn improper fractions to mixed numbers. So looking at step 1, we have to divide the numerator by the denominator. So in our example, we have 17 over 5. So we have to divide 5 by 17. And we know that 5 goes into 17 3 times. So we can put our 3 in our quotient. And then we can do 3 multiplied by 5, which gives us 15. And then we can subtract, which gives us 2. So now we know that our quotient is 3 and we have a remainder of 2. Okay? And now step 2 says that we need to use the quotient, and that will become the whole number and the remainder becomes the fraction. So based on our last calculations, we got that our 3 was the quotient and 2 was our remainder. So now based on our step 2, we have that the quotient becomes the whole number, so we have 3 right over here, and then the remainder becomes the fraction. So we would have 2 over 5, just like that. Okay, so now we have turned 17 over 5 to 3, which is our whole number, and then 2 over 5, which is our part fraction. Okay, now let's try doing another example. So we have 47 over 3. So our first step was to divide. So we're going to do 3 divided by 47. And 3 goes into 4 one time. So we're going to put our 1 up here. And then we're going to multiply 1 by 3, which gives us 3. And then we're going to subtract, which gives us 1. And then we're going to bring down our 7. And now 3 goes into 17 5 times, and that gives us 15 once we multiply 3 by 5, and then we can subtract, and then we get 2 as our remainder. So over here, our quotient is 15, and we have a remainder of 2. So now our second step is that our 15 becomes our whole number, and then our 2, which is our remainder, becomes a part of our fraction, which is over 3. So this is equal to 47 over 3. Okay, now we're going to learn how to do the opposite. So we're going to turn our mixed number into an improper fraction. So step 1 would be to multiply the whole number by the denominator of the fraction. So over here we have 9 as our whole number, and then our fraction is 7 over 8. So looking at the whole number and the denominator, we're going to multiply those. So 9 multiplied by 8 gives us 72. Okay? And now our step 2 is to add the numerator, which is right here, to the product from step 1. And this is our product from step 1, and place the total over the denominator. So let's add 72 plus 7, which gives us 79. And now we're going to take this number that we just added and put the total over our denominator. So then we get 79 over 8 is our improper fraction, which is equal to our mixed number. All right. Now let's try one last example. We have our whole number 13 and our part fraction, which is 2 over 3. So now we have to take our whole number. We have to take our whole number and multiply it by our denominator. So we're going to do 13 multiplied by 3. So that gives us 9, and then 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to add 39 plus our numerator, which is 2, and that gives us 41. And now we're going to use the 41 and place it in the numerator and use the same denominator from our mixed number, and that gives us our final answer, which equals 13, and then our 2 over 3. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and click here for the next video, and we'll see you next time.